G'day fellas and welcome to a casted game. Spawning in on the south side of the map, playing in the color red, we have got DeMuslim. He is going to be opening up with a car and you can see him bringing in these sheepy sheep right here. And, well, you might notice that things are a little bit different here. If you're watching on 4K, the quality might not be as good, and there is a special reason why that is. We are watching Golden League right now. However, we are on the... We're kind of on the... what's the word? You know when your neighbor's got cable and you're like... You get the cable and like you're stealing the cable? Like, we're doing that right now. Because Lidicor is actually doing our spectating. And we are spectating... Golden League right now. We're in the winners bracket. You can see that round of 8 on the screen. This is the best of 8. And over on the other side, now, Lidicor can't actually hear me. So everything that I am saying, it's just basically reacting to what Lidicor is doing. But now Lidicor is entering over onto the base of our other player. Oh, he's going back to DeMuslim. Come on, Lidicor. I've got to say the thing. Say the thing, Drongo. Come on, don't worry, it will happen. And when it eventually happens, we will work it out. But you can see that we've got some early aggression going to be coming out here from DeMuslim. Already, we see 2 spears coming out. Now, over on the other side of the map, ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only... Oh my... Don't worry, we will get this. We will get this today. There is a base on the other side of the map, and I'm sure you guys are going to see it. But let's talk a little bit about this because we are in Golden League right now. 125,000. Oh, he might reveal it. He might reveal it. And if he reveals it, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to be very short. Oh, jeez Louise. Spawning in on the left side of the map, we have the one, the only, the Viper. And there you guys go. All right, we can talk about the game. So, what are we doing right now? That might be a little bit crazy, but you guys are going to be seeing a brand new overlay. Check that bad boy out. Is that not the coolest thing you have ever freaking seen in your life? That is absolutely awesome. I'm so damn excited to be able to share this with you guys. This overlay is the overlay that was used at N4C, if you watched any of that, and it is the overlay that is going to be used for the duration of Golden League. Now, if you watch Golden League on my channel for me casting the games, it's probably not going to be with this overlay. And the reason why is because, well, if I'm being honest with you, the developers, they're a little bit scared about letting people have this just simply because it's, well... Yeah, I'm not going to get too much into it, but I am going to let you guys know if you do want to watch it with this overlay, I'm going to leave a link in the description to EGC TV, both their Twitch and their YouTube. They're going to be uploading games non-stop. So the only series I'm actually going to be covering with this overlay that you're seeing at the moment is this series right now, the Viper versus DeMuslim. That is the only series that you're going to see with this beautiful overlay. So if you want to see more, check out EGC TV on Twitch or on YouTube. I'll leave links in the description. Every weekend, Saturday and Sunday, 15 GMT is when we go live. Now let's talk about a little bit about our game here. Obviously, an outpost rush coming in from DeMuslim. Already you can see Viper struggling a little bit. He has aged up. Going to be aging up at a beautiful time here. Looking like he might get up about 3:59. Damn, that is early. 4 minutes going to pass. 4:01. Let's count this one out. 4:02 for the Viper. Drops down an archery range immediately. I'm curious to see how he looks to counter it. Fresh foodstuff's going to be coming in. I'm curious to know whether he has gone for... No, there's no mill up at this stage, so he is... Also a second lumber camp because of the very first the very first outpost. But now we see a villager that was looking to actually come out onto the map. Going to get intercepted here by the scout. Card going to be coming out as well. Only a few spears out at this stage. I think there's only 2 spears that are out at this stage. I think there's a little bit of... there's some units over towards the west of the base, but we'll work that out shortly. But it seems like it might be a little bit of a feign at this stage. Now Archer going to be coming out and looking to deal with this aggression. And that's going to be pretty much the aggression shut down. And so you can see, I take it back, so there's 4 spears in total. Mining camp going to be going down if Viper doesn't send out a villager to go and repair that bad boy sooner. Now we see that outpost going to be coming down in this position. It looks like Viper's got plenty of units in queue. Over on the right-hand side of your screen, you can actually see the Viper has got 2 things in queue. Fresh foodstuffs, and also he has got the brand, or the archer as well. Towards the top of your screen, you will be familiar with all of the resources that are in for each player. in order. You've got the population, you've got the villager population, you've then got idols, and a villager pull is happening right now. Viper is starting to get serious, looking to actually come out, manages to take out the spearman before it gets in the outpost. Viper going to be focusing all of his attention now on this outpost and looking to actually close it out before it even gets the chance to really get started. Poor thing, Khan going to be coming out now, focused down by the archers. Keep in mind, Demuslim still in age 1 behind this, manages to fight his way out of it. You can see that the deer stones is going up, double pasture coming, or actually only the single pasture coming in, but he is slowly and steadily gathering up resources behind this. So just to round out the UI so that you guys are familiar with this. So we've got villages and then idle villages, then military and then relics. It will also tell you, the UI will tell you whether a relic is being carried by a monk or whether that relic is actually inside a monastery. So make sure you look out for that second pasture. Going to be coming down now for Demuslim. Going up against Viper. So Viper probably going to be looking to drop down a second town center at some time in the future. It's definitely part of the game plan, but Demuslim doing a great job of delaying that. So normally you would expect to see that town center coming out pretty quickly, but not going to be the case today. Is starting to gather up stone. You can see he's got 5 villagers on stone just by that 50 per minute. So we know that he's dropped off 50 stone. So you'll see that go back up to 100. But now Viper going to be looking to position himself just above the base of Demuslim now, slowly but steadily pushing in. You can see the Khan is working its way around and trying to defend, but now the archers going to be unfolding on the villagers. Say hello to my little friend. Does put a movement speed arrow on. Going to be cancelling. Look at this timing coming through from Viper. He's actually looking to punish Demuslim at this point in time. This is actually big. Now, I want to just remind you guys that in the Golden League at the moment, these guys are undefeated. They have not lost a single game. We are in the winners bracket round of 8. So neither of these guys have dropped a game, even dropped a match at this point. They are looking absolutely immaculate. Now, these guys have played up against each other recently in N4C. Demuslim absolutely handled. He bodied the Viper. So Viper going to be looking to get back into it, get himself, you know, up a little bit, you know, improve his strength, that sort of thing. So he's obviously looking pretty good at this point in time. He's looking really good. Townsend are going to be coming down soon for the Viper. We can see at the top the resources, and you can see he actually drops down the second town center. Pasture, we get a nice little zoom in of it, and that's exactly what a pasture looks like, fellas. And those villagers are going to be very happy on it. And now we see that Khan heading back towards the base of Viper. Going to be able to scout out this second town center, which is going down. Obviously, for the Abbasid dynasty, ideally you want to be working towards as many town centers as possible, but 2 or 3 is pretty much all you need. In some cases, you know, we've seen Demuslim go for the classic 6 town center build order before. If you know, you know. What a build order. But now Wheelbarrow also coming in for the Viper at this point in time. And you can actually see that by the golden ring that is happening. I say ring or town... I'm spitting out my words right here. The Khan goes down, ladies and gentlemen. So if you look up the top of your screen right now, you'll see there's a whole bunch of upgrades that are just above, or rather below, sort of where the standard, or where the line is. These are the upgrades that are coming in right now. So you can see Wheelbarrow, there's a little gold line that's going around the edges of it. That indicates that it's being actively researched. It's not progress, it's just that it's under, or it's being researched. And when that upgrade comes in, you're going to see that light up. It's going to be a little bit more lit than what it is before. It's going to be 100. It's going to be chef's kiss. It's going to be beautiful. But yeah, underneath that, you've also got the active military for each player. So you can see that right now, Demuslim has 0 military. If he had any military, it would be up over there underneath that. But he is looking to go for a castle age. You can see he's got plenty of resources in the bank at the moment. 1,100 food for him, 452 gold. But now also train. Oh, look at this. We got a double villager in queue. He is training up the 2 stacks of villagers. Fellas, I'm going to be honest, this is a complete waste. Do not do this at home. Don't train 2 villagers from the town center, especially right now. Like, if you want to do it at the beginning of the game with your first 150 stone, go for it. But I feel like at this point, like, that stone is better reserved for, you know, it's basically a knight that you're not being able to train. And knights are pretty strong, especially because you're going up to castle right now. But now you can see Demuslim. Look at the villager. Look at the villager. Oh, look at him wig out. Oh, this is the second time we've seen this in a game actually happening out. The villager finally getting picked up. That villager just absolutely doing a nice little dance. A Belmont shuffle right there, I'm pretty confident we saw coming out from that villager. But now we see slowly but steadily a bit of a mobility crew moving around the back of Demuslim's base. No real prevention coming through from Viper at the moment. He's just slowly but steadily making his way up to the castle age himself. You can see he's got 600, or at least about to have 600 gold in the bank. Demuslim now hitting that castle age and going to have a nice little timing window here to actually get those Lancers out, and we see he's got the stable down. They're actually on the Uvu here as well. He's going to be trying to prevent villagers from gathering up gold, but not really going to have a lot of luck here. Not a lot of range on that camel, but now Viper going with the age up. And you can see that wheelbarrow has come through for him, and it's subsequently gold. When it comes to the upgrades like the +1s and the +2s, they'll be represented through black little dots that you'll see. So you can see right now Viper is researching +1 ranged attack. So once that comes through, that'll also be gold, but then there'll also be little dots next to it. You'll see it come through shortly. Culture Wing now coming through for Viper. Viper up about 7 villagers at this point in time. From this UI, it is absolutely great. You don't even have to check anymore. You can just see it on the UI. So I want to know what you guys think. Leave a comment down below. What do you think of this UI? Isn't it the most beautiful thing you've ever seen? Like, okay, I'll be honest. If you've had a child born, that's probably a little bit more beautiful, but it's got to be up there, right? Like it's probably in the top 10. I mean, it depends. Have you seen Megan Fox in person? That's pretty good looking. What else is good looking? Like a really nice cream caramel or custard. Like, oh, that is just chef's kiss again. Second chef's kiss in a game. But it is a beautiful UI. Like, I got to be honest with you guys. The guy that worked on this, his name, I'm not even kidding you, it's Overlay Guy. That's literally his name. He actually does overlays for a whole bunch of games, and obviously Age of Empires 4, a game that he does his overlays for as well. If you Google Overlay Guy, I'm pretty sure he comes up. You know what? I'm just gonna be careful because I don't want you guys to Google Overlay Guy and be like, hold on a minute, this is an adult website. What is this? And then it's like Overlay Guy doing his thing. Shaman's going to be coming out now for Demuslim, and he's going for a double Shaman. And I think this is such a smart move. Getting out 2 Shamans, double the relics, coming in extra quick. He's going to be able to convert these over to sacred sites as well. We can see Viper now reaching that next stage, and you can see up towards the top of your screen that he's actually got +1s coming through, and they're represented by those little dots over to the right-hand side of them. But now the unit's starting to come out for Demuslim. He's looking pretty strong. He's got plenty of armored units. I would expect from Viper that we're going to be seeing crossbows, and you can see he's got 3 crossbows in queue, 3 men at arms, so a pretty standard opening here. Villager manages to survive with this outpost on the front line. Going to be able to provide that YAM network, and now we see the men at arms and crossbow mix coming through from Viper, and this is where it gets difficult for Demuslim to stop, because the crossbows together with the men at arms just work so well. They complement each other perfectly against this, and Villager goes down! It's a doubt post, ladies and gentlemen. We have seen a doubt post on the front lines right there. Absolutely terrible damage coming out right now. Viper managing to secure this position, prevents that from coming up, stops that outpost from ever getting a sprinkled emplacement in it. Like, there's so many different factors that happen in that situation. But yes, now we see a sprinkled emplacement coming in on the sacred sites, and the doubt post is indeed going to get cancelled, and it is going to be going down. Viper adding in a 3rd town center behind this as well. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. Oh my god, what a beautiful sight. Viper is absolutely putting the pedal to the metal right now. The economy is going to be in top gear. And once again, fellas, I just want to remind you that this UI is just... I can't stop staring at it, man. It is so beautiful. I love casting the game from this perspective. Obviously, having Lidicor here and him doing this POV, it really helps me out as well, because it means I can just focus on casting. I'm sitting here, I got both of my hands sitting in front of my microphone. I'm like, you know, I'm talking and I've got my hands out moving like an Italian, like, give me the pepperoni. I'm assuming like that's what Italians do, and they've got like the fingers and the hands like, hey, like, I'm walking here, like, you know, like that classic type of Italian thing. But this right here is the window where Viper is going to be turning it. So Demuslim had a really short window in this matchup, and this is part of the reason why I genuinely think it's a very difficult matchup for the Mongols to win. Their window is about a minute long. So Demuslim had to get into Viper's base and had to kill villagers with lancers, and he spent his stone on his villagers instead. And so he never really had a big lancer mass, which meant that he never really was able to take out villagers. And so now we're in the situation where Viper is up 18 villagers or 16 villagers at this point in the game, and he's looking very, very strong. Keep in mind, this is a best of 3, so winning the first game, it's so important to do. And yeah, I mean, Viper looking incredibly good. Going to be dropping down outposts himself in the stealth forest here, looking to extend that line of sight, and we see more outposts coming up around the resources of Viper right now. So in the back line, I expect that we're going to see sprinkled outposts coming in, or sprinkled emplacements coming through on this, and more villagers out and about on the map. Going to get cleaned up here. Crossbows doing a great job, and aren't they such beautiful crossbows? Look at the way that they get their bows out. So once again, I just want to remind you guys, This will be in 4K on YouTube, but the truth is that the source for this that I am watching, because essentially I am watching Lidicor as he is streaming. I'm not controlling anything. I'm just sitting here. As I said, I got my hands in front of me like an Italian at a restaurant. I'm like, I'm on, like, give me more Parmesan. What do they say? Like, I want the gorgonzola. I don't even know what accent that is. That sounds like an accent from the Star Wars universe. Like, I feel like I'm Guato. Is it Guato from, like, the Star Wars Episode 1? Like, Annie! Annie! Oh my god, I'm having too much fun, dude. I'm having too much fun. Oh, dude, this is absolutely crazy. I hope it's not ruining the cast for you guys. I hope you guys are finding it okay as well. Oh my god, I can't believe it, dude. Oh, I'm having too much fun. But, like, honestly, this UI... It really changes the way Age of Empires is. When I played Age of Empires 4 for the very first time, I've got to be honest with you guys. I saw the spectator UI, and I said to myself, it's okay, Drongo. Don't worry. This is just the placeholder one. They're going to actually put a real UI into the game for release. I genuinely told myself that. I told myself so much that I wrote a list of things that needed to be changed, and I specifically omitted that from the list because I was so confident they would add it in. This is the UI that we should have had. This is the UI that the game needs. But all of the mangonels getting cleaned up now. Ladies and gentlemen, I apologize. We've got a bit of a fight on our hands. Men-at-Arms going to be falling back from this position. You can see the Mongol mass is really starting to build up. Viper going to be falling back towards the outpost. Springwood emplacement going to be doing its work there. We see the outpost just really firing off now. Men-at-Arms going to be jumping inside that. Crossbow's doing a great job, and Viper looking to hold on. Keep in mind, at the moment, Viper is up a huge amount of villagers. Springwood sitting on the back line. They're going to be looking to fire off, but not doing a lot of damage. They have been nerfed. But yeah, I just got to say, like, this, a beautiful job right there from Lidicor. Great timing there with regard to that cinematic mode. And now look at this beautiful little cleanup on aisle 3. Viper just pulling out the battering ram. He's got to be careful. We see a couple of lancers moving up towards this position. But yeah, I mean, this is the UI that I expected to be released with the game. This is the UI that I wanted. And we didn't get it. And now we finally got it. I say we finally got it. I mean, it's only been a couple of months. Overlay guy has done a great job. And big shout out to Kush as well. I think it's Kush. I don't think it's... Or it could be Kanush. No, it's not Kanush. I think it's just Kush. Kush AoE. He also made this possible. So big shout out to him. But this is just absolutely beautiful stuff. And now we see that Demuslim actually looking pretty decent. Still, we see a pretty close military count, but the villager count is where things are starting to get crazy. 35 villager gap right now. Viper is pulling ahead. Obviously, there are mitigating factors for Demuslim. You can see he's got 3 relics in the bag compared to the Viper. Well, the Viper, rather. We've got Demuslim and the Viper, not the Muslim and the Viper. So I've got to make sure I remember that. But it looks like he's going to be able to secure up his backline. I'd love to see some walls coming out from Viper just to secure and sort of control the narrative a bit, prevent any kind of raids from coming through. But yeah, that is something that I would love to see from him. And now we also see Viper moving out across the map, looking to potentially capture up that second relic. Obviously, there's only 5 on the map at the moment. But Springwood now going to be looking to take down this poor Man-at-Arms who might be going down. He's managing to survive with 39 health at this point in time. Viper getting a whole bunch of upgrades. You can see all the upgrades that Viper has got. He is looking like Leenock right now with these upgrades. He is doing incredible work with these upgrades. He's got horticulture. He's got fertilization. He's got double broad axe. He's got specialized pick. He's got his wheelbarrow in. He's also got his +2 for his ranged armor. He's got +2 for his ranged attack, +1 for his melee armor or melee attack, and getting +1 for his melee armor right now. Great stuff. And all of that stuff we can determine just from this UI. I don't have to click an engineering bay. I don't have to click an armory. I don't have to click a blacksmith at all. I know exactly what he has got. And we see the crossbows trading out with each other. It looks like the Muslims a little bit stronger than Vipers at this point in time. But still we see the military counts relatively even. A little bit of a pick-off coming through. Viper got to wake up. All of Viper's Springwoods are focusing down on the outpost. He's going to be losing all of them if he's not careful. 2 of them have gone down. The 3rd one goes down. Great pickup right there for Demuslim. He's looking incredibly strong in this position. You can see Viper has dropped down a huge amount of population at this point. A big mistake coming in right there from the Viper. So very well played from Demuslim. He's looking incredible. Going to be neutralizing that sacred site towards the south and continuing to siege on this front line. I'd expect from Viper, he's got 800 stone in the bank. We can see that. Also clicking up to Imperial, I would expect a castle or a keep drop down immediately. He needs to get that bad boy out because there is a push coming, and when this comes to shove, it's going to be really hard. What has he got? Has he got a men-at-arm inside that battering ram? Did you guys see that? He had a men-at-arm inside that battering ram. Just hanging out together, two bros, and now we do see that defensive keep coming in. He needs to rush that though. Really, it's so important he gets that up yesterday. I don't think that's enough villagers. Honestly, he could potentially lose the game there. Bit of a frame drop right there. I apologize. That is not you guys. That is me. That is seeing that. But I think this keep should get up. There's no trebuchets coming out, but obviously the Mongols, a civilization which can create trebuchets on the front line. The only civ that can actually do it. Outposts. What is that? Is that a deer stones? That's a deer stones coming in right there. He's bringing the deer stones forward. You can see that bad boy got his NOS on right now. He's got his rockets out. He is looking to unpack. But yes, this is indeed this is a pretty exciting game. I gotta be honest with you guys. For the very first game on the Aussie Drongo channel to have this brand new UI, which is going to be the most amazing UI that you've ever seen. We've actually got a Viper game, and he's going up against Demuslim, and it's a banger of a game. I gotta be honest with you guys. I'm enjoying the heck out of this. We're having a great time. 111 villagers right now for Viper. He is more than double. Well, I don't say more than double. He is almost double the villager count of Demuslim, who sits on 57 at the moment. And now we see those deer stones are going to be down. He's zooming them around, bringing them up to the front line. He wants to make sure he's got Yam, Network, Viper about to hit Imperial. When that Imperial comes through, you can tell he's going up to Imperial because of the circle around that 3. That is indicating that he is aging actively. I would expect that we would have Elite coming through for his men-at-arms. That's what I would expect. But that is not always the case. Viper now hitting Imperial age. He's sitting on 180 population. The military population for Demuslim is significantly higher than Viper, so Viper got to be careful here. You can see he's working his way on those deer stones. A little bit of a frame drop right now at this point in time. Apologies. I'm not sure exactly why it is that we're experiencing this. I hope we work it out soon. Just a reminder to you guys that you know, Viper losing villagers down on this wood line here, getting a little bit of a cleanup, but just a reminder to you guys, it's not always going to be this way. Hopefully, if I get my hands on this UI, then it means I'm going to be able to cast it to you guys in 4K as well. And now it looks like Demuslim going to continue pushing down towards the base of Viper. Viper waiting for those upgrades. You can see on the right-hand side of your screen right now, we've got elite crossbows coming in and elite men-at-arms also coming in. Viper training 5 crossbows, 5 men-at-arms. He's got roller shutter triggers, also siege works coming in. And now we head into the beautiful cinematic mode. The Springles managing to get off their shots. I think the roller shutter triggers has finally come through, and you can see the Springles racing forward for Demuslim. He's got the zoom out right now. At the same time, on the back line, you can see the Mangonels looking to jostle for position. They got to be so careful. Those crossbows managed to make their way back, and good trades coming through for Viper. He's looking to hold on. He's got that roller shutter triggers upgrade, and now we see a little bit of a fight beginning to unfold underneath the main town center of Viper. He's also got the House of Wisdom that's standing nearby. It doesn't look like he's under siege at this point in time. Viper going to be looking to hold. A beautiful concave coming out at the same time. The Springles falling back on the back line. It looks like all of the siege has gone down with the exception of the Springles that only remain, and Viper going to be able to clean this up. Ladies and gentlemen, I think we might have a good game on our hands because Viper's economy has absolutely gone ham. He's got his elite upgrades through. The Muslim army has been wiped out completely. Viper is completely overwhelming his opponent right now. Viper looking incredibly strong as we head into the very first week of the Golden League. Wow, what a hold from Viper. Does an incredible job. The elite men-at-arms now going to be looking to chase down his enemy. At the same time, you can see that currently Viper sits on 100 villagers, 64 villagers for Demuslim at this point in time, but Viper's military is a little bit higher than his opponent. So at this point, you definitely have to give the position advantage over to the Viper. Demuslim did his best to really try and get that push through, but unfortunately, Viper just held on for long enough. The roller shutter triggers came through. The elite upgrades come through. Now we see elite spearmen coming out for Viper. Also, you can see that he's grabbing in the unique upgrades, and deer stones rather going to be going down in the base of Viper. It looks like Demuslim's going to have to wake up. He's fallen asleep at the wheel. Speaking of wheel, there's nothing like watching that deer stones as it tries its best. But now the elite crossbows on the front line here going to be tanking it up against the men-at-arms. Men-at-arms going to be diving in against them. It's never a good trade when you're fighting crossbows up against men-at-arms, but don't those elite crossbows look absolutely awesome? Bombard now coming out as well for the Viper. So Viper looking to try and put the nail in the coffin, so to say. And Mangonel's going to get made up on the back line. But here, I mean, at this point, it feels like Abbasid Dynasty is in control. Viper has played this absolutely immaculately, perfectly. His timings on those second and third town center are really what changed the outcome of this game. Honestly, Demuslim was looking incredibly strong, but it all came down to the timings on those second and third town centers, because he knows when it is safe to add. And that's really what it comes down to. When is it safe for me to add another town center? And so now with 3 town centers, his economy is going to be absolutely popping off. Demuslim sitting on 69 villagers. I've got no co-caster, so I'm going to have to say it, guys. Nice. Viper, on the other hand, 107, but now it looks like a little bit of a doubt castle going to be coming in. Mangonel firing down on those villagers. More and more coming in. A lot of crossbows going to be under here, but it looks like the outpost or the keep is going to get up despite a loss of a lot of villagers, at least 8 villagers going down, and the boiling oil comes out. A lot of damage going to be coming down on those crossbows. I wouldn't be surprised if we see a horseman switch coming through. Composite bows also coming through. It looks like elite archers also going to be coming through right now for Viper. Viper is looking to siege down the base of his enemy, pushing forward with both crossbowmen as well as men-at-arms. Viper looking incredibly strong right now because we are heading into game number 2. If he wins this game, then it'll mean that he'll be on match point, and it'll be so important for Dumuslim to actually hit back. This is the best of 3, so it's incredibly important that Dumuslim looks to even it up. But now the Viper once again going to be looking to take control of the sacred sites down towards the south. And what a game. I mean, this is just so impressive. I can't believe the quality of the game that is coming out right now. Look at this Mangonel sitting here. He's probably issued like 6 commands to this Mangonel, and he's wondering why it hasn't moved. But speaking of hasn't moved, what is that town center doing? Is that a siege down town center? Did he make a second town center and then all of a sudden it got cancelled or something? What has happened right there? I'm not sure exactly. But that Mangonel going to be slowly and steadily going down. Look at the crossbow numbers really starting to pull up at the moment for Dumuslim. But you got to be careful when you get this number of crossbows. It makes it very, very attractive to get out a whole bunch of Mangonels and just try and wipe them from a stealth forest. So we'll see how he plays it out. Dumuslim definitely not ducking out. And look at the damage that comes through on all of those crossbows. And now Sacred Site does get neutralized up towards this northern position. A lot of crossbows really coming out for Dumuslim. He is definitely a crossbow kind of gamer. Huge amount of villagers moving forward. Oh my god, he's going for this landmark snipe. He's doing it, ladies and gentlemen. We are having it. It is a landmark snipe coming through right now. Dumuslim, he is not in control of this game. Viper definitely has him by the... I mean, I'm not going to say it, but you know what he's got? He's got him by the hold of. But he is pushing forward with a huge amount of villagers. This could 100% be a villager snipe right now. Or rather, a landmark snipe. He needs to bring everybody to the forward front line, though. That is the big thing. Obviously, playing up against the Abbasid dynasty, there's only 2 landmarks that exist for the Abbasid. The main town center and the House of Wisdom. You take both of those out, you win. And now we see the villagers beginning to move forward. They've got to be careful of that keep. That keep has got so much boiling oil hiding inside it, ready to roll. And now the villagers going to be turning their attention towards the first building. It looks like he's going to be focusing down what appears to be the town center. Indeed, it is exactly it. I suspect we might have a Mangonel or 2 in here. All the villagers going to be looking to try and siege this down. Viper going to be pulling his own villagers. He's going to need plenty of wood in the bank because all the crossbows are coming forward. Dumuslim is really committing at this point in time. You can see that the town center is slowly but steadily being sieged down. He's really committing 100% here. Viper at the same time. What was that sound? I heard a sound. Was that I don't know. I don't know what that sound was. I don't think anyone's given up at this point. I still see blue. I still see red. Everybody is still here. But at the same time, Viper now going to be healing up this town center and looking to keep it alive. The villagers going to be slowly but steadily sieging it down. But at the same time, the crossbows here to do damage. Where is the military for Viper? He needs these units back here. At the same time, I wouldn't be surprised if we've got a bit of a base race on the other side of the map. I'd love to take a look over there, but unfortunately, Lidakor can't hear me right now. And it looks like good game gets called. Dumuslim taps out, ladies and gentlemen, and it is going to be the Viper who wins your first game of this series. What an absolute game. Fellas, if you've enjoyed this cast, make sure you check out EGC TV. I'm going to leave a link in the description to both their Twitch channel and their YouTube page. You can find out find a lot more games, including this game or this cast, or not this cast, but the cast of this game done by EGC TV, because I haven't actually done this for EGC TV. I've done it for me, but you can go catch it for this game as well as heaps of other games that are going to be uploaded. So make sure you go check them out. I'll catch you guys in the next one.